Well, hello. I have a special treat today. Not only do I have another Sudoku that looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, but I also have a special guest today. So everyone, welcome Bremster. He's he's
Hey,
right up there, even though he's kind of down there because he's in Australia, but he's up there on the screen. He's up
yeah,
and
I
down.
don't know how far away. I don't know how far away we are. It is quite a way.
We're kind of, I mean, we're not direct opposites, but I think we're pretty close to being direct opposite sides of the world
I,
almost. Not quite.
yeah, the antipode of Melbourne, I think, is just off the east coast, the northeast coast of Canada.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it wouldn't be
that's
quite right
yeah.
because you're 17 hours different and you'd have to be 12 hours different. I mean, just for east-west direction wise, I mean,
You would think so, but time zones are
well,
weird.
that's true. Time zones are weird, but you definitely would be not 7 hours different, I think. But
Yeah,
either way, we're a long ways away. We know that much.
we
We
are.
are in
Yes,
diagonal hemispheres. I'm in the north and the west, and you're in the south and the east. So,
the east. Yep.
yep. According to the random ways that they decided to make north, south, east, and west. Because I say you're
Yes.
down there, you're upside down, but to you, I'm probably upside down, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
you are definitely under my feet. That's all I
yes,
know.
yes, yes. Okay, sounds good. Well, you're above me on screen. So Bremster also has a channel where he solves Sudokus. He's solved some of mine. I've solved some of his puzzles. You guys have seen those on here. And we actually just recorded a solve together for his channel. I'll leave a link down below, up above, all the usual places to that. And he's gonna help me solve this puzzle. Should be a lot of fun. Yeah, fingers
It's
crossed.
fingers crossed. It's not anything rude.
Yeah, yeah. Does fingers crossed mean something different in Australia?
No, no, it's
No.
just when I do that, it kind of looks like I'm doing
Yeah,
something
yeah, I
rude.
gotcha. Yeah. So the puzzle that we're gonna look at is called De-Escalation, and I saw this one posted somewhere, and I thought this looks interesting. It looks like fun. So I've kind of abbreviated the rules a little bit so that we can fit everything on the screen here. But they're all standard rules. So normal Sudoku, German whisper, between, odd even, and arrow rules. So I'll just briefly go over those. So the between is this gray line with the circles at the ends. That's like the stairs or the tread, I suppose, on the escalator. And the digits on the line just have to be between the numbers in the circle. The green lines are German whispers lines, and so adjacent digits along the line have to differ by at least 5. The gray squares, have to be even digits, and there's an arrow hidden kind of in here. There's a German whisper line on this arrow, but this circle has to be the sum of the 2 digits along the arrow there. And that is all the rules. So they're all just standard rules. So that's it. So we're gonna give it a try, and he's already thinking about what to do here. So
I am.
let's. I've reset the timer, so let's see what we can do. So what do you got? You got some thoughts already?
So, I mean, the first thing I was looking at was that arrow, and I'm pretty certain that the arrow head and the arrow base have to be the high digits,
I was thinking the
because
same thing
otherwise this is not going to work.
because if they were low, you'd pretty much have to put a 4 there, probably. I mean, that's the biggest low digit you could put, but there's no way
But
to
then
put
you'd
a
have to
high
put
digit.
something
Yeah,
higher
not a
than
chance.
it on
So
the
these
arrow.
are
Yeah.
high. So should we just start coloring already? Let's just jump in and color. Why
Yep.
not? There we go. We'll do that. And we'll do
Take,
those. Those will be our high and low.
okay. Okay.
Although I think I usually do
Okay.
it the other way around, so I'm going to swap it. There we go.
Wow. Okay. I will try and. I use yellow for high and blue for low, so I will figure this one out. Okay.
Well, here, let's go back to that then. That'll be closer to what you're used to at least.
Sure. Let's
I
both
tend
be
to
wrong.
use yellow and red because they're Iowa State colors. And I don't even
Yeah.
know if these are yellow and red because I am colorblind. So I use whatever random colors I think look good. So
Which is perfectly fine.
now,
So yes,
what I'm thinking, so it's interesting. This,
we
you know,
should
we should.
definitely
I'm
mark
gonna.
along the line.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go every other, and we'll do just to mess you up even more. We'll do blue,
Yep.
and Maybe I'll do gray just to have not to be confusing.
Gray's not great because it makes the squares incredibly hard to see
Oh, that's
underneath
true.
them. But
Well, you know what we can also do is we can just. I think we can do better than this, but I'm gonna write 2, 4, 6, 8, and then
yeah,
can
now it
these
doesn't
be
matter.
fours and sixes? Oh, they can't. No, they can't.
They
These no, they can't because the one next
You
to it is a
can't
2,
put
4,
one or
6, or 8.
nine on the so you can never put a 4 or a
So these
6
can't be.
on.
None of these can be 4 or 6. So
Uh,
those are 2s and 8s.
yes, which means that the between circles are guaranteed
1
ones
and 9.
nines.
There we go. Okay. Um.
And now the between line just means you cannot put 1 or 9 on them.
So it really is kind of meaningless at this point, other than to give us the 1 and the
Yes.
9, and to make it look like an escalator.
Yes. Well, it's not meaningless. I mean, that's.
No, no. I mean, but at this point, it doesn't tell us
Yeah.
anything now. Once we've got the 1 and the
So
9, this doesn't really tell us, other than you can't put a 1 and a 9 on there. That's true. That's true.
we
It does tell us
do
something.
not. Yes. So my question is starting to be a. The first thing I was looking at is 5 in box 9.
Yes, because it can't be on the
But that's
green.
yeah. So we know 5 is in column 9 in box 3.
In box 3. Oh, yes, yes, yes. 5 up here.
And I was trying to see if we had, because German whispers, you look at positions of 5s. So
So, I mean, there's a 5 in one of those and a 5 in one of those, but
yeah.
now here's something to think about. If the blue is high,
Yep.
then you can't put an 8 on either one of those on the arrow. And in
At,
fact, you can't put an 8 on this arrow anyways. But
at any point.
if you can't do an 8 and you can't do a 2 here, if the blue is high and the gray is low, this can't be a 2 and these can't be 8s. So you could do 6, 3, 9 though. What else could you do?
167.
1, 6. Yeah, you could do a 1, 6, and a 7. That's about it though, isn't it?
Well,
I think it would have to be one of those two. So you'd have to have a 6 down here with a 3 or a 1, giving you 7 or 9.
So you can never put we know that red is low.
Yes,
It can never be 4, so it's 1, 2, or 3.
correct.
We um and the reason it can't be 4 is you'd have to put a 9 lower than it on the arrow, and 4 plus 9 cannot fit higher in the circle on the arrow. Yeah.
Right, right. You can't put a 5 on a German whisper. I feel like the blue can't be high because of these being high, but I'm just trying to see how to prove that.
If we write 6 or 7, which are the only possibilities, into the bottom of the arrow.
I think it has to be, well, right now it has to be a 6 or 7, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it can't be 8 or 9.
Because it can't be 8 because it sees a blue and a gray, and one of the two is an 8.
So it does mean the top is 7, 8, or 9.
Correct.
I don't think at this point we can narrow that down, though. 6, 1, 6, 2, 6, 3.
Yeah. So along here, so a German whisper, the 4s and 6s are usually fairly restricted.
Yeah.
Now, I'm noticing we have 3 blues here, all in the same row.
Mm-hmm.
But this one could be a 4 or a 6, couldn't it? You could have 1 or a 9 double, and
Yeah,
this one
you
could
could
also be.
repeat the B. So you need to put another blue in row 2 in box 3.
Yes, because this is going to be a blue and a gray in some order.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud.
Yeah, yeah. We also, so the other thing that's interesting is these three. Okay, let's use a different color. What should we do? Maybe that.
Yep.
These three are the same. So what's interesting is those two line up and these two line up. So if these are blue, then we've got all 4 of our blues here.
So if
in the
those
column.
are blue,
Then one of them has
then-
to be a 4 or a 6.
does it? Why
Well, 'cause you've
couldn't
got all
row
4.
6.
All 4 of them.
Oh yeah, one
If
of
they
those has to be a
if
4
these
or a
were
6.
blue, one of them would have to be a 4 or a 6. But
And it would
this
have
one
to
could
be in
not
row
be.
1 or row 6. Yeah.
I was trying to decide if this one could be. I think it can.
Yeah, it can.
These would both be. Yeah.
So we've got a so the between line does cause a bit of a restriction on 4s and 6s. So you cannot put a 4 or a 6 anywhere on the between line between row 4 column 2 and row 9 column 8. So anywhere on the whisper line between those two cells, the bottom part of the escalator, cannot take. I mean, we've narrowed them down, but those two cells cannot be 4 or 9.
Right. These can't be 4 or
4
6
or
because
6.
of the 2 8 on the other
Yeah.
side here. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just, again,
Yeah.
I'm thinking out loud.
So they're 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, or 9, essentially.
I'm wondering if using the German whisper line that's mostly in box 6 can force us to disprove that orange is
This
blue.
one? Yeah.
Yeah.
So if orange is blue, then these are blue.
Yes. But that doesn't seem to have any pressure at all.
Not really, because it's kind of lining up with grays here.
Yeah.
Now, if orange is gray, then you end up with 3 grays across here, and 3 down here. So I guess the question would be then maybe not so much can these be gray or blue, but how do these have to, if these are blue, this is not, I don't know what color this is. What color do we have up here?
That's orange.
Orange.
That's
so,
orange.
So if orange is blue, this is not orange, right?
Yes.
If orange is gray, can this be orange?
Yes. I don't see why not. Because it would make...
Or I guess a better question is, would this have to be orange if orange is gray?
I don't see.
Because you'd
that
have
it
gray, gray,
would.
gray. So if orange is gray,
'Cause-
we've got 3 grays in column 8 and 3 grays in row. And if these are also gray, that gives you 4. Is that a problem? I don't think it is, unfortunately. I was kind of hoping it was, but it's not.
So,
Okay.
is it positions of 1-9? Like, once again, 1-9 is restricted in box
I still
9
feel like
because of the
if we
between
make the
line.
blues high, it really restricts this.
Yes, it does.
Because it makes this 6,
Okay.
1, 2, and 7 or 9. So you have a 7 or a 9, you have an 8, So these two are both impacted by, because these can't be. These are essentially
Well,
6, 7, and 9 there.
we we know the we know three cells are the same. So we know that row 4, column 3, row 6, column 5, and row 8, column 7 are exactly the same.
Yes.
Can we figure something out from that?
Well, I mean, we know that digit has to be here.
Yep.
Ah, look at this cell. Look at this cell.
Yep.
What could this be? Let's imagine blue is high for a minute. You have 9 and 8. This cannot be 6.
6. So it'd
Because
have
it would
be
have
7.
to have. So this would have to be a 7. It's a 3 or a 7, right? Because the flip flop, it has to be the 3. It couldn't be a 4.
Yeah, it couldn't be a 4.
So this is a 3 or a 7. If it's a 3, what do we have to put here?
8 and 9.
8 and 9. If it's a 7, we have to have a 1 or a 2.
1 and a 2. Yep.
So if this is 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, this now has to be a 7 or a 6, but it can't be a 6. So this would have to be...
Hang on, we've now got a 1, 2,
we've
8,
got-
9 quad in that box.
And we've got a 3, 7 pair.
Yeah, because we've got a 1, 2, 8,
Because
9
if this
quad
is
in
1,
that box.
2, it can't be 6. And we've already got the 8, 9 over here. So we've got a 3, 7 pair, 1, 2, 8, 9 quad. So these are 4, 5, and 6.
Wow, that's amazing.
What that does, I have no idea, but it's a thing.
That's... Yeah. That's an
No,
excellent
no,
spot.
I know what it does. Look. What did we say before? If blue is high, what does that mean? This is 6. This is a 1 or 3. That's a 3. This is 1. It's 6, 1, 7 if blue is high. Because if blue is high, this is a 7.
7.
No. No, it's 6, 3. Sorry, other way around. Because if blue is high, this is a 2. This becomes a 1.
1.
Actually, right. This is a 2 or an 8. This cannot be a 2 or an 8. Right? If
Correct,
blue
'cause
is
it's
high,
grey,
the 2 is
yes.
there. So this cannot be 2 or 8. It's actually a 1, 9, which means this is a 2 or an 8 because of the 1, 9 pair then.
Holy cow, this is
So if blue is high, this is a 3,
3.
which makes that a 9.
Sorry,
And you'd have
occasionally
3,
the-
2. This would have to be a 1 or a 4, but there's a 1 there. This would have to be a 4 if blue is high. Now, if it's the other way around, what happens? Does that force anything? Because this is a 4 if it's low. If gray is high, there's a lot more options, isn't there? Well, it would see 8 and 9, so it would have to be a 6 or a 7.
I'm not sure about... Oh, yeah.
If gray is high, it sees an 8 and a 9 right there.
Season 8 and a 9, yep.
So this would have to be a 6 or a 7.
Grey is high.
And a 6 would force 1s in those. But I don't know that that's a problem. If this is... Okay, if this is 2... yeah, this can be almost anything, can't it? Okay, I think... So we know that if blue is high, I still think that maybe we can prove that blue can't be high. Because it forces 6, 3, and 9. I feel like it's limiting it so much, maybe it's going to break something, right? So you have 9, 8. This would have to be 6 or 7. Right. No. Okay, yeah, if 8 is high, what'd we say this was? 4.
4, yep.
Which forces 9. But if 8 is high, this is 9.
No, this has to be 9.
And those would both
And
have to
that's-
be 9. If blue
That's
is...
hard to see. Go through that again
Okay,
because
if
that is
blue
really
if
hard
blue
to
is
see.
high,
Yep.
gray is
Yep.
low. We have 1 and 2, right? We also have 1 and 2 here. So it forces a
So
3
that's
there.
3.
3 and 2. This now sees 1, 2, 3. It has to be a 4, which
Before
forces a
that forces
9.
that to be a
But
9.
this
But
being
the
a
3
3
there
with the 6 makes that a
forces that
9.
to be a 6 9, and there's two
You'd have 2
nines.
9s.
Blue has to be low.
Blue is low.
You are way faster than me.
And now all that other stuff we did. Let's see. So this is 1 and
1
3 and 8 and 9.
and 8 and 9.
And this is a 6 or a
6 or
7.
a
This
7.
is a
That's a
9.
9.
Now the 2 here means this is 7, 8, or 9. This can't be a 3 now because it sees the 3 over there. Okay, well we can, if nothing else, we can do, these are 6, 7, 8, or 9. This can't be 8. This one can't be 9. It also can't be 6 because you'd have to have 2 1s.
2 1s, yep.
And we can fill these in since they're low. These can't be 2s. That one can't be a 2. This one can't be a 4. It could be a 3. This one can't be a 4 or a 3 because of the 6, 7. And it can't be a 2.
Yep.
It can't be
So
the 2.
we've got a 1. Sorry, I hate to ruin your train of thought. The quality
No.
on the video keeps dropping down to like 320p, and with my eyesight,
Oh.
it's just it's okay.
Yeah,
There's not
sorry.
much you can do about it. It's fine.
No,
Don't worry about it.
That's the problem with trying to share something across the entire
Live stream.
world, right? Across
Yeah.
the entire world to the other side. Not that it would probably make much of a difference if it was down the street, but
Yeah, no, it's fine.
yeah. So for the other people that are watching, obviously the way we're doing this is streaming. I'm sharing my screen and he's watching it over the internet stream. So, yeah, there you go. We're doing what we can.
So
This could still be 6, I think, right?
Yeah.
That could still be 4.
I was wondering if that put pressure on box 3 again. I'm looking at that while you continue.
Yes, that's a good question.
Because those would, if they are blue, they'd have to be 1. We now know that 1 3 4. We would have 2. We'd have a 2 3 pair in row 2. If orange is blue.
And also if orange is blue, that means these are gray, and we have 7 and 9. So one of those have to be. This would have to be a 6.
That would be a 6, and that would break because we'd have to put a 9 there.
No, you'd have to put a 1 here.
Oh no, it's a 1 there. Oh,
but it puts a 7 there. Actually, no. Forget that for a second. That's a 6 or a 7. What can this be? It has to be a 1.
It has to
Whether
be.
this is a 6 or a 7, this is a 1.
7, that is 1. Yep.
That's not a 1.
So there's a puzzle on my channel that's coming out in about 3 days. I make that mistake a couple of times.
And now, okay, so now back to this though.
Actually, it may have already come out. I'm recording all over the place because of renovations.
So we said this would have to be a 6 and an 8 if the orange is blue. This has to be a 2, 3, or 4, but this, and this would have to be a 1.
It would be a 1.
That would be a 3 or a 4. It'd have to be a 3 because of the 8. This would have to be a 2. I think that all works.
Hang on, that can't be a 4. You can't put a 4 there.
Yeah, this can't be a 4. This would have to be a 3 and a 2 and a 7. That would all work. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
That would work. And if orange is gray, it's not very restricted.
We need to put 1, 3, and 8 on that line. I'm wondering if that...
On here?
Yeah. I'm just looking at column 9. 1, 3, and 8 are forced onto that line.
Oh, right. Because the 1, 3, and 8 down here mean they're not in there. They have to be on here. That's correct.
Yeah.
Let's see, 9 can't be in any of those.
So we can pencil mark 2 locations for 2 in box 6. So I'm just looking at some basic Sudoku.
Yep. 2 is here.
Um,
If this is low, it has to be a 3 or a 4 because of the 1, 2 here. Does that mean anything? I don't know that it does. Oh, this is a 3 or 4. This can't be a 7. Because we got rid of the 1 when we put the 1 there. So that means that can't be a 7.
I'm actually now looking
worth.
at the whisper line in box 7.
Yes, because of these two.
Because if the endpoints were grey, one of them would have to be 6.
Yes.
Which would put a 1 in the middle.
Yes. That seems like it would be okay, though.
It does.
We put a 1 there. We have an 8 down here. For whatever that's worth. All right, it does feel like up here is the place to look, though. So we know that
it really
orange
does.
could be blue.
Mm-hmm.
What happens if orange is gray? This is a 6 or an 8. But that can't be a 6. So that becomes an 8. So actually, we now know that the 8 is in one of these two. Because we said if orange was blue, 8 had to be up here. If orange is gray, 8 has to be here. So one of those two is 8. Which puts an 8 right there.
It does. That's...
And now we know that's high, so that's gray in my random multicolored system here. I should probably be consistent and go change these.
Because we had actually figured all of this out,
and
then we changed it partway through when we figured out the big line and couldn't be bothered changing it. Yeah.
So that's
which
8,
means the other
this
two
is
are
a
blue.
9 over. Well, this is a 9 over here.
Yep.
The other two are blue,
which takes a 9 out of the head of the arrow.
Out of the head of the arrow, it does. You're right. Fortunately, this can still be 4, though. That didn't.
So we've now got
okay, but what this? Oh, this can be anything, and so can this. Well, I mean, they have to be. No, they have to be 1, 2, or 3, because of the 8.
So we've now on the arrow we've either got 6, 1, 7 or 7, 2, 8. That is no other option.
We can't do 6, 2, 8.
No, because that doesn't meet German Whispers constraints.
German Whispers. I forgot about the German Whispers line on there. Once we marked them, I just ignored that. You're right.
So it's 6, 1, 7 or 7, 2, 8.
Yes. Just looking at 2s. Yeah. So the 2 is in one of those 3. The 1 is in one of these 3.
I'm wondering if you could do more with that trick. Like if we put all of the options for either of the candidates in orange in box 3, we would see another pairing like we did with that 8.
Potentially. So
because we did have it down to
right.
Have it
so
down
let's
to
imagine
specific
let's
options.
imagine the orange is blue for a second. So we said this had to be 6. This had to be 8. That makes this a 1.
A 1.
This now has to be a 3 or a 4 because we got a 1 and a 2.
Yep.
This sees a 1, so it's a 2, 3, or 4. It can't be a 4. It's 2 or 3.
and the other one
This
has
is
to be
8.
high.
Oh, and this being 8 means this is 3,
That's not
so
a
that's
4.
2.
Yep.
And this has to be then 7 or 9
because it
or 9.
or 9. So that's one option.
Yes, that's one option. Now if it's the other way around,
we want to keep those options while we do the other one.
Yes. So now we're doing this is high. So it sees 7 and 9. Can't be a 6, so it has
So
to be an
it's
8.
8, yep.
This sees 8 and 9, and it can't be a 6, so it has to be a 7.
It has to be 7.
This one now sees a 7 and an 8. So it's 6,
So it's 6 or
9. The 6 would force a 1 there, which I think is okay.
So that could be any low digit.
But these are 1 and... No. These are high. So these are low digits then, yeah. So this one would have to be a 2 or a 3.
Hang on. There's
it can't. No, this would be
7.
Well,
That'd
hold on.
be a 1,
If this
2
is
pair.
low, it sees a 1 and a 2, and it can't be a 4. So this would have to be a
So
3.
that's,
And that's a 7.
but it
You
can't
do
be
3
because
and
that's a 7. So orange is blue.
Orange is blue. And I can go back to there, and that's the digits.
Yep.
And I can make these blue and these gray. There we go. And that 2 now looks down here. So this is not a 2. Oh, and the 2 looks over here, more importantly.
So
making
that's
that
a
a 3
3.
and that a 4. This now
And then
is
an
an
8.
8. This 6 sees the 6, 7 there. This is not a 6.
We can take
The
a
3
1
and the
out
1
of
there. This is
which
a 4.
takes us, that's a 9.
Yep. And that means these are not 4s, which puts
5,
the 4 right
6.
there.
And we can fill in that
This
cell.
is a 9. No.
9, yep.
Oh.
Hang on, no. Yeah,
Uh-oh.
no.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Oh,
All right.
I thought we...
Go back.
I
All right.
thought
Well,
we
we
figured
proved
that out so
all right.
well.
Well, I think we definitely proved that orange is blue.
But
Maybe we messed up with our options here. Okay, let's go back. Let's do orange is blue again. Okay, this can't be. Orange is blue. Blue is low. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. This can't be 2. This can't be 1. It can't be 4 because it would have to have 2 9s. This can't be 4 because it would have to have 2 9s.
2 9s, yeah.
This can't be 4 because you'd have to have a 9
Because, so we've got a 1, 2, 3, yeah. So we now know
1,
that
2, 3.
4 is
These
in the other
are
column, yeah.
6, 7, 8, and 9. These two can't be 9s or 7s.
9.
This can't be 6 or 8. This can't be 6 because you'd have to have a 1.
To 1.
That forces
That
the
forces
1
the
next to
1.
the 6.
It makes a 2, 3 pair.
2, 3 pair. We said this had to be a 7, but actually this can be a 9. That's the problem because we were forcing the 9 down here by saying this had to be a 7.
So we can still take...
This can actually be a 9.
Because we did break the other way around. So that does still take the 1 out of there.
And in fact, this takes the 1 out of there, which means this is not
a 6.
or a 7. This is a 9.
Where's the 7
Because
from?
the 3, 4.
Oh, because there's no 2, yep. So
So that's a 9, which now forces the 9 here because it's the only place in the column.
Yes.
And this is therefore the 7.
Oh, that's a very nice hidden single.
2, 3, 4. Oh, the 2 here.
There's only
gives
one
us
place
the
for
3
2.
and the 2. This is a
Wait,
3
what? Oh, yep.
and an 8. So most of what we did was good. It was just putting the 7 there instead of the 9. That was the problem.
Yeah. That gives us the 4
the
in
6
column
gives us
7
the
as
7
well.
there. We get the 4 there.
4 in column 7.
These are not
Take the 4
4s,
out,
which
put
puts
the
the
4
4
in
there.
column
Yep.
8.
This can't be a 2 because of the 2 up there. And we had it pencil marked in here before. That puts the 2 over there.
Yeah, that's a 2.
These are 4, 5, and 7.
5,
and that
and 7.
one can't be 7. So there's a 1 up here.
We can place 8 in box 2.
8 in box 2.
We've got
8.
4 eights looking into box 2.
Yes, very good. So these are... Oh, look at 2, 4, and 5 because of the 3. So the 3 has to be here in row 3.
Yes. And
and look, that can't be a 2. So the 2 is right there because you now have a 4, 5.
Yep.
There we go. 2, 2. So the 2 is down there somewhere. And up here somewhere. Excuse me.
I mean, that's only 2 options. You might want to pencil mark them so we don't forget.
That's true. Do we know more about this line now that we've got the 8 and the 9 up here? These would have to be 6 and 7, so it would have to be a 1.
Which, yeah, and it'd have to be 6 at the
6 at the bottom 7
and
up here.
7
But that
at
looks
the
like it would
top.
work.
It does. One, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Is it? I mean,
4 is placed in row 5.
I was gonna say, are we just down to Sudoku now? I think we might be. What do we got left in here? These are 3, 5, 6, and 7. These can't be 3. These can't be.
Those can't be 7.
We might be just down to Sudoku at this point. 3, 3. This can't be a 3. It's a 3 down there.
Yep. 3 is in 2 spots in box 4.
These are
Because
5, 6, 7, and 9, and this can't be.
Oh, hang on, no. What am I talking about?
7. This one can't be 9, and this one can't be 9. Look at column 5. Where can we put a 9?
9. Yep.
It's up there. 9, 9. That puts a 9 down here. Unfortunately, there's a couple of options.
I just got
the 9 in
column
box
5.
6 is over here, which gives this is now naked
A 6.
6. Yes. So these are
Take
not
6 out of
6.
both of those.
This is 3, 5.
And that gives us a 3, 5 pair.
7.
That's a 7.
This is not a 7. This is a 1, 3, or 5, just completing the column there.
That is 1 recalcitrant arrow.
Yeah, how do we not have that yet? It seems like we should. This is a 1, 2 pair, actually, up here.
Oh, yep. Yep. So we now know the rest
So we have
of
a
that
1, 2
box.
pair right here. These are, then must be
4, 5, 6.
4, 5, 6, which gives us the 7 over there.
There's a 7. Yep.
We also have a 1, 2 pair in the column, so these are
3, 4, 5, 6, 9.
Yeah, and they can't be the 3.
And it
This
can't
can't
be
be
a
the
3.
4. There's a 1 or a 2 down here. There's either a 1 there or a 2 there.
So 4 now has to be in row 9 in box 8. So now 4 is only in 2 places in box 7.
Yeah, so 4
One
is
of which is
one
on,
of these.
Yeah.
And that
One
can't
of
be
which
it
is
because this would
on
have
the-
to be a 9.
Now
So
know
the 4
where
is
4
there,
in
which
box
gives
8.
us the
Yeah.
5 there, and the 4 over here, and the
4
5.
and the 5.
And this is now 4, 6, 7, and we get the 4.
We know the position of the 4. Yep.
Yep. I mean, across here we've got 1, 3, 5, and 6, and this can't be.
I was
1 or
looking at that
5,
earlier and
3.
made a lot of mistakes with it.
Yeah, it's a little bit limited, but not. Can't believe we don't have this arrow yet.
Yeah. Considering it's an arrow with a whispers line, I never expected it to be that resilient.
Because it could be 6-1 or 7-1. No, can this be a 2? This can't be a 2. The only way this is 2 is if it's
What?
6-2. It's a 1.
Hang on, what?
If this is a 2, this
Yeah.
has to be 6 for the arrow to work. If you can't do 7 and 2, you'd need 9.
What's wrong with 628?
Because the whisper.
Sorry, what's wrong with 617? Sorry.
617 works, but this is a 1 no matter what.
Oh, of course. So it's seven,
Just puts the 2 down
and that
here.
has been there for ages. What I said earlier was completely wrong. I'm sorry, all of Scott's viewers.
Well, I didn't notice it either. And the 2 in, so now the 2 in the row has to be here. This is 5, 6, or
5, 6, or
7.
7, and it's not 5.
Well,
So
yeah,
that's now
obviously it's
high.
not 5. So this is high.
So we've got a 1.
These are both high. These are both
Yep,
gray then. This one is blue.
is blue,
And
and
it
it's
has to
1
be a
or
1 or a
3.
3. And it can't be a 3 because this is a 6 or a 7.
Next to a 7, so that's a 1.
This is also 6 or 7, and it can't be a 7.
We can place 3 in that box.
We can right there. This is not a 2, so these are 5, 8, and 9, and the 8 can't be. Oh,
Now
and the 8 and the 9.
That's a 5.
That's a 5.
Yeah,
This can't be. Then this is the 8 and the 9.
Yeah,
This
the
is
6
not
in row
9.
9 was
It's not 6. The
placing
6
the
also
5, 6
gives
in
us the
box
5
9.
and the 4, and now we can get the 6 and the
Yep.
5. And that's going to give us the 6 up there and the 7 down here, which makes that an 8. Now we're just cruising. This is,
Yep.
let's see, this can't be a
6.
5. So it has,
So that's a 9.
that's a 9. This is a 6. 5. 3, 6.
3,
This
6.
is a 5 and a 4.
That's a 6.
6. That gives us the 6 and the 7 at the top. This is not a 5 because the 5 down here. This is a
Yep.
7. That's not a 1. And so that's actually that 1 gives us 3, 5, 1. This is 5 and
5 and 3.
There we go. Cool.
So did we go up or down that escalator?
I think we went up and down many times actually. I don't know if it's
was a
an
cool
escalator
puzzle.
that goes both directions or if it's a broken escalator that's just temporarily stairs and we just ran up and down it. But
Yeah.
it was really, I was
definitely-
surprised at first when we got all the 2s and 8s. That was
a very cool break-in.
Yeah.
That was amazing. And yeah, that missing the... I don't... Yeah. Missing the deduction on that arrow whisper line.
well.
Oops.
We did that, and then also up here when I put the 7 and it could have been a 9. I don't know
Yeah.
what was. I think I was seeing this 9 over here, which is in a different row, but somehow I was seeing that and thinking it affected it. But yeah.
Putting the candidates and being able to prove that orange was low or orange was blue. The
Yeah.
stuff you stay with solving Sudoku is just amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was very, very useful. That
Yeah.
was a cool puzzle.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I kind of picked it because I thought the escalator looked cool. I had seen somewhere where somebody recommended it. They said they solved it and thought it was fun. And I figure, well, at least somebody liked it. It's worth a shot.
Yeah.
It looks cool. So very nice. Well, thank you for joining me and helping me solve that puzzle. Everybody should go check out Bremster's channel if they haven't already.
It took so long the sun came up.
The sun came up, yeah. It's the sun is up here, but we are currently getting lots of snow, and so you can't really see the sun. It's all clouds. But you can tell that it's light out.
Just broke 38. 38 centigrade or
38.
Celsius.
We well, and interestingly, we are just below 38 Fahrenheit here. So it's 34 right now. So everybody
that's
can
us
go do the
high-fiving on
calculations.
the escalator in
and-
the middle.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. Yep, everyone can go do the calculations and figure out what those temperatures actually are, but I'm a little below 38 and he's a little above 38, but on different scales.
Yeah.
That seems appropriate
Either way,
since we're
a
on
bit
opposite sides of the
uncomfortable.
world too, might as well be talking different languages even though we're both speaking English, right?
Yeah. It's a long escalator if it's going all the way from the US to Australia.
That's true. That would be a long escalator. I feel like
So,
it would break off.
Are you in middle of US? Because I'm
Yes.
at the very south of Australia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm right in the middle
So
of the
I'm-
US, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So cool. Well,
Okay.
everybody go check out Bremster's channel, and hope you enjoyed that. Go see the video. I'll link to the video where we solved a puzzle together for his channel as well, and I'll see y'all again soon with another puzzle. Thanks. Bye.